Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for the How to Spot a Fake Natty series, and this is one that I've had literally 200 or 300 requests for, so I had to go look into who this was, and I'm going to cover none other than Gokuflex. Now, I had to do some extra research on this one because this Gokuflex guy apparently is something called a Saiyan, and I had no idea what that is, so I did a little bit of research because I don't actually know much about anime. I'm a 39-year-old white guy. It's kind of out of my element here. Although I will admit I did know some pretty freaky white chicks who were really into anime, and they wrote some sort of anime-based fan fiction called Yaoi. I read one of their stories, and I can say I kind of lost any interest in anime at that point. And I actually had to end my friendship with them. When one of them asked me if it was cool to stick a cucumber in my butt and call me Naruto, I kind of realized they weren't the sort of friends I wanted to keep around. And thus my education in anime ended. So I did a little digging, and apparently Saiyans are not even from Earth. They're a completely alien race from another planet, a vegan planet at that, so you know they're going to struggle to make gains. So by default, I have to assume that anyone who's not indigenous to planet Earth, we can't really count as a true natty anyway, so he's already got a strike against him there. But let's look at the guy's overall conditioning, size, everything else. This guy, when he gets lean, and he does seem to be lean, all the things that I see, he's really thick and really full at a very low body fat percentage. That doesn't work that way with natties. That generally requires a little bit of creatin and whey protons, or in this case, it might be some senzu beans. And let's just take a look at something else. A lot of you guys got really upset with me on the Chris Jones thing because I refused to give an answer. I simply put out the unbiased evidence, didn't make a statement one way or another as to whether Chris Jones was natural or enhanced, and I left it to the viewer to decide, and thousands of you got extremely upset with me for not calling him out on being enhanced. But here you go. Here's a picture side by side of Gokuflex next to Chris Jones. Now, several things you'll notice. Number one, his biceps are considerably bigger. It's hard to tell due to the quite a bit different skin content as to who's leaner. Chris Jones might be slightly leaner, so it's a little harder to tell on the delts themselves, because as you get leaner, your delts look more defined and more capped. Gokuflex has a little more body fat than Chris there, yet his delts look pretty comparable, possibly bigger. The dead giveaways, though, are the upper chest and the traps. Those muscles have more androgen receptors than most other muscles in the body. He has, even from a downward angle, at almost an inch, if not more, of additional trap over Chris Jones. And he has a much, much thicker and fuller upper chest than Chris Jones. We've seen Chris Jones incline bench 315. Think about that for a minute. Chris should have a pretty good upper chest. This guy's upper chest blows Chris's out of the water by a massive margin, along with the traps. These are both muscles with a much higher androgen receptor count. They're oftentimes a dead giveaway as to using some creatine and whey protons. So in light of all of this, him being a Saiyan, him having androgen receptor prolific muscles that are much more developed than Chris Jones, being thick and full even when he's lean, with full round muscle bellies even when he's very, very lean, I think it's fair to say that Gokuflex is on some senzu beans. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.